Hey, how are you? Welcome to another episode of Curious Intern. I hope you had a great week. I hope you had a great day. I hope you're having a great day. I hope you're going to have a great week. And I hope to all my wonderful listeners that you keep listening and you enjoy as much episodes that I release as much as possible. So, recent events have shown me or has exposed to me that life is not as predictable as we claim it to be. But that's not even what I want to talk about. Someone said along the week that I spent, and the person was like, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. There was something that happened, and I think a prophecy came out concerning that. And when it came out in like some months back, and then later it happened. So the person was like, you see, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But the incident that happened was a totally preventable incident. So it got me thinking that, is it really like that? Like, if something's supposed to happen, it will happen. Like, do we use that phrase for every aspect of our life? Should we really hold on to that? If you look at it from different angles, this is my podcast, so it's my opinion I'm sharing. And no, I do not really believe if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I believe there's a factor you as an individual that you want something to happen have to play for that to happen. Now, I want to be rich. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth, so I'm like, I'm going to be rich now because of what I came from money. So that means I'm going to have money. And so I just relax and I'm just doing things and everything's happening, going smooth. And I'm using that to my advantage. Of course, as a rich person, I got to be rich. But then, as I said, when I started this podcast, that recent events I've done, life is not as predictable as you think. You'll be shocked that something happened and you do not have money at the end of the line. And because you did not prepare for such a situation, you end up stranded. You end up not knowing what to do. So it's good that, yes, you can have that mind that if I work hard and everything, I would have it because it's meant to be mine. I'm meant to have this. No problem. But for me, I'd advise you live your life with the two options. Except you're a child of God. Like, you have the faith and everything. Because I always say there's a predictability that comes with being a child of God. God promises certain things, but God does not leave one alone to fend for himself. He has said you're going to have this, you're going to have that. But he will never just stop there. He would give you the guidelines, he'll give you the principles of what to do, your own part to play in achieving that. Obey. All you have to do is obey, and then you have this. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, if the predictability that a Christian has, or a Christian as a child of God, because Christian, everybody just says Christian because they go to church, but a child of God, a true believer has, because they would have good success if they meditate on His word. They would have the spirit of wisdom. They would have favor. They will have wealth. That is like the predictability. So a child of God can say, I will be rich. I am excellent. I am a success because, they know. So that's for them. But now the other case, let's just sell it out to the world. So because somebody said something about you, or something happens to you and you're like, Bosheriba and on, like, that is how it is. Because it has happened, it has happened. No, let's stop thinking that way. You have a part to play in whatever comes to you. Even the fact that somebody is poor, there's a part the person played in it. If you were born in poverty, but you chose to remain in poverty, you see? So people say, I had no choice. No, you always have a choice. So at least at some point in life, a choice will be presented to you. And then you have to, be really alert to know when that choice comes to you. Because it's possible to miss it. It's possible not to notice when that happens. And because of that, you end up missing it. And then when you come to that particular fate, because you're poor, you will still be poor, then you just say, now, because it is meant to be, none. So then there are other things where we can put that, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be inside. And there's what about relationships? If one person says, this is the person for me, only one person for me, what if something happens to that person? Does that mean you were single for life? You know how people say we're meant to be? Yeah, that is funny. I prefer we work for each other. We complement each other. Because the truth is, there are not many people that can deal with you, but there has to be one, more than one. It just has to be it. There has to be more than one, because anything can happen. I feel like there are always extras. Okay? But maybe your own school of thought can be, no, there's just one person for you in this life. Okay. And then because that person is gone, you just feel like nobody else can fill that spot. Okay. They might not be able to feel it 100%, but somebody will be able to do 95. Somebody will be able to do 80. So it's still up to you to, stay or stick with the 80 or stick with the 90. So that's, by the way, the relationship. So I was saying that there could be some factors we can put that if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Or this is meant to be, because if makes it that probability. But when you say this is meant to be, so it's meant to be. An example of that factor could be when you work hard, you get employed at a station or something, and you work hard and everything, you know that you'll be promoted. You get, because you deserve it. That's it. But the idea that because you work hard and so you now feel entitled to your promotion, then the pride comes into it. And then because it doesn't happen the way you want it, you're like, something happened. You're also the one that played the parts. Your destiny was going straight. You have the choice to start doing Z-line, zigzag, curve, U-turn and stuff on your path. So anything that happens to you, it's your choice when you were presented by different choices. I really do hope I'm making sense. I am in my situation now because of the choice I made, because of the circumstances that presented the choice, and I still made them. No one should ever say, what forced me, Kini? I was actually me and my mom were having one of our usual mother to daughter talk. The T is capital letter. And I mentioned that it was my mom that made me to do a lot of things. The truth is, she presented me with the circumstances, with the choices. I made the choice. So in the end, I will still say I am here because I chose to be here. In the end, do you get what I'm saying now? Meaning, no matter what happens to you, you're presented with choices that you still in the end have to make. The event that happened, they were presented with choices, but they made the choice and whatever happened. And so life is full of choices. Life is full of decisions. To wake up that morning and go to work is a decision you make. To choose that job is a decision you make. So not really going with the flow, going with the word, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, should not really be taken. Because if somebody says about you, you will be rich, and then you do nothing about it, you won't be rich. I don't think money will fall down from the sky. For even if money falls down, you pick it up, something is wrong with you. Like, you don't know where that thing came from and you're picking. Some people don't really care, Shabo. This is my podcast, my opinions. So, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. Only takes place when you have done your part. If you are doing nothing about it and you are expecting that phrase to work, stop. Just stop. Stop thinking like that. The word if it's meant to be, if is already telling you, it is only going to be meant to be if you do your own part. That's how life works. This world is really working based on principles. There are just some certain things that happen because one thing in front was already put in place. I think recently I listened to someone and the person said the law of gravity is there. There's a law, like we have law of education, which learning and unlearning, learning by repetition, and it's true. You learn by repetition. That's a law. Like, it's law that is no matter what, if you repeat something over and over, you end up learning it. And then the process to unlearn is even harder than learning. That's, by the way, I'll definitely have to talk about it. Law of gravity. Whatever goes up must come down. Like, Nothing can change that. If it goes up, you must come down. Except if you're not on this earth, maybe you're in outer space. So like those certain laws already govern the earth and every action that takes place. You will not come and tell me because somebody says if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I should not relax. Oh, they say you're going to die, and then maybe an accident happened and the person died. You now say, what's up, no, that's not true. That is really, there are some forces in play in that thing. If you did not take precaution when that prophecy, you were not careful about your whereabouts and stuff, and you did not pray about it, you did not do certain things, then it will definitely happen to you. You will definitely die. And so when certain things are said about you, you need to listen and be sensitive to your circumstance, be sensitive to your environment. You would see it, that this environment is presenting a choice to me. What choice am I making? Be serious about life, people. We really need to be serious about life. November started, November 1st, not for me, for like Nigerians and some people, started bitter and sad, and it wasn't really nice. Me being a nurse intern, congratulations to me. I'm working now, so there'll be more podcast about life hitting me different ways. But the November month was just, especially here in Lagos, I heard about fire accidents, drowning and stuff, and it was just like, no, the circumstances that November wanted to start with was just not nice. But I'm making the choice to look at positives. I'm making the choice to use those circumstances and, pick what I can learn from and how I can grow. So make that choice. All right, this is another episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening to the other ones. And if this is your first, go listen to the other ones. God bless you. This is Curious Intern. Bye.